It'll be a fun night of dining and honoring Liberians who embody the best their country has to offer. We'll also use tonight to launch our new magazine, Development Matters, a publication of the United States Agency for International Development Mission to Liberia. It's going to be a quarterly, and every quarter you will find there discussions about United States government policies and programs in Liberia to help end extreme poverty. You will also find stories and features on innovative approaches to tackling poverty around the world. Let me note at the onset that tonight's program would not be possible without support from the highest level of the United States diplomatic mission to Liberia. Ambassador Elder, since her arrival in Liberia less than a year ago, has fostered a strong sense of inclusion at the embassy, something that has allowed our creative juice to flourish and to underscore the fact that, as she likes to put it, although we at the embassy, we represent different United States government agencies, we all belong to one mission, one team. Welcome, Ambassador Christine Elder. Ambassador.
Thank you so much, Kwame. Honorable ministers, legislators, other officials of the government, honorable colleagues from the diplomatic corps, from civil society, nominees here tonight, other distinguished guests, Madam Mayor, and others. As he noted, this is the first time we've done this, and we are very, very proud with our development partners to host not only the event tonight, but also the discussions that will follow on development here in Liberia. But it's our pleasure to welcome you here tonight. You know, a lot of the people we're here honoring tonight are not the people who make the headlines. They are the people who are quietly leading their lives, very busy lives, doing very important work, and they are really contributing actively to the development of Liberia. So we're really proud to share some of their narratives here tonight. Thank you so much for coming.
We'll be honoring tonight a healthcare worker of the year, a teacher of the year, an entrepreneur of the year, a farmer of the year, and a civil society organization of the year. The organizing committee sent out requests for nominations to various government ministries, agencies, and commissions, professional organizations and trade groups, non-governmental organizations, and other bodies. For example, in case of our nominee for Healthcare Worker of the Year, we sent a nomination request to the Ministry of Health, the Medical and Dental Association, the Nurses Association. We later broadened out our search for nominees, posting our nomination forms on various online forums of different Liberian organizations. To guide the nominators in making their nominations, we provided them 4 criteria. 1, the impact of the nominee's work, measured by the number of people affected, the nature, difficulty of his undertaking or her undertaking. We also look at the extent to which the nominee's work helps support the attainment of Liberia's national development goals, as well as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We also look at the level of originality, creativity, and initiative, innovation brought by the nominee to his work. Finally, we look at how sustainable, the self-sustaining nature of the nominee's work. We then personally send people out to vet those nominees. I should note parenthetically, there is a development hero of the year. We'll get into that later. But let's start first with our healthcare worker of the year. Let's see our top 3 nominees and why they were chosen.
Honestly, the challenges that go on in the issue of health, I still have a strong interest in hard-working urban slum.
From West Point to the chicken soup area of Monroe, Dr. Musaka Fala has been working to bring healthcare to the poor.
Currently, we have a project going on in West Point. We realize that maternal mortality is a big issue. Women are dying. We have about 70 volunteers right now. We go from house to house and find all of the pregnant women. Now we are tracking them, if they have children, and what are the challenges for them.
And so, the residents of those areas always have a warm welcome for him. Fresh from graduate school in the United States as a pediatric nurse practitioner, Marion Subak was offered the top management job at the Liberian Maternity Center. Her response?
I said, what? I don't really want to be director. I want to go into the hospital, delivering babies, helping mothers to make sure that they get service, the kind of service they need, and really, really superly caring for those babies.
No wonder she's trained many, many nurses and delivered countless babies.
You know, one time I used to do this whole thing of counting. And I remember when I got to 1001. And then I stopped counting.
Today, Marion Subak heads a major donor-funded program that is doing groundbreaking work, promoting reproductive, maternal, newborn, and child health.
We've been working with multilateral and bilateral partners to ensure that HIV is eliminated from Liberia by 2030, which is the global goal.
In just 1 year under Dr. Julia Tumi Garbo's leadership, the National AIDS Control Program has made big gains.
By December 2015, we had about 54 integrated sites. 54 integrated sites, 335 the prevention of mother-to-child transmission, and 369 HIV counseling and testing sites. To date, we have about 469 HIV counseling and testing sites, and we have about the same number for the prevention of mother-to-child transmission of HIV.
Besides her obvious management skills, she brings tremendous other gifts to the program.
My biggest contribution to the program is my clinical expertise and knowledge on HIV and AIDS. Because being a program manager, yes, you can have the managerial skill, but if you are not a clinician to be able to know how to manage the patients, you will not be able to follow the guidelines to the letter.
No wonder she's confident of leading the effort to totally eliminate HIV/AIDS in Liberia by the target date.
We are eliminating HIV and AIDS by 2030.
So, who gets the award? Let us invite the pool fund manager from the Ministry of Health, Miata Banyan, to tell us.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what an honor to announce the Healthcare Worker of the Year. The award for Healthcare Worker of the Year goes to our own Dr. Musoka Fala.
It is a life that took him from West Point, one of Liberia's poorest slums, to some of America's leading universities.
This is where I used to live. My mom, my dad, and my sisters and I were all in one room.
Things were tough, and many times the family could not afford to send him to school.
Then the foreign semester couldn't afford and we didn't go to school.
When he did go to school in faraway Caldwell, he had to walk miles and miles to get home.
As a kid, 10-year-old kid, walking from Caldwell to West Point, probably 1 or 2 hours.
But he persevered, and with the aid of scholarships, graduated from high school and then the University of Liberia. Then, with the help of some friends, he made it to the United States for graduate school.
My parents couldn't afford it. My friends in America actually raised my plane ticket. Someone would give $100, another person would give $50. They bought my plane ticket to go to the States. I went first to Kent State. I should have done a master's in 2 years, but I was so first to learn, so I did it in 12 months. Then I went to University of Kentucky to do my medical school, to do my PhD in microbiology and immunology. And then I got accepted to go to Harvard to do global health, and I did infectious disease epidemiology. So it's a long road from, now I want to cry in fact. It's a long road from here.
He returned home not too long before the Ebola outbreak that hit his very own West Point very hard.
When Ebola hit West Point, for me it was personal.
He plunged in, leading a contact tracing effort that was crucial to ending the disease in West Point. in other parts of Liberia.
And I'm proud to say, as a result of our working in West Point, we were able to develop a system to control Ebola to the point that the minister, Dr. Dan, called us and said, what you've done in West Point, can you do in other places?
He then helped found and lead a national effort to study the impact of Ebola on survivors.
I'm the lead scientist in Liberia for the Ebola natural history study. Particularly want to understand among Ebola survivors, what are some of the medical complications they develop. So we're looking at them and we're going to follow them for 5 years. They come by every 6 months. This is the largest study in the history of the world.
He has also helped lead the effort to establish Liberia's Public Health Institute.
So when Ebola ended, the Deputy Minister of Health came and said, I want you to help Liberia to set up the Public Health Institute. We wrote a strategic plan, operational plan. I'm happy to say that this going December, the House finally passed the bill, so the Senate passed the House. It's not going to be before the President to sign it. And what that will basically do is that we're going to put people together who will be able to detect diseases ahead of time and respond. And so we don't have our innocent people dying like what happened from Ebola.
But the thing he's most proud of is this: the Refuge Place Health Center that he helped build with his own funds while still a graduate student in the United States.
And my dad said, well, my last thing I want to do before I die is to ensure that all of you get land and build a house. I said, Papa, I don't want to build land and build my house. He said, what do you mean? I said, I want to build a clinic for the poor people. He's like, are you serious? I said, that's what I want to do. And I was a student then. I couldn't afford the money because I was living on the money they were paying me as a graduate assistant. So they would give me like $850 every 2 weeks. I would live on the $850 if I would send it. And so I bought the land in Lower Johnsonville for the people. I bought the land and built a clinic. June 2014, we opened the clinic. We started first running as a free clinic in Ebola. I think we've treated pretty close to 20,000 people now. We have pretty close to 700 deliveries.
He is now helping residents of low-cost village just outside Bensonville to build a similar clinic. And the lesson he thinks we can learn from all of this is rather simple.
Working with the local people in our community to address their needs is the power that can change this country. Because the local people, they want the same thing I want. They want their children to be educated. They don't want their children to die. Nobody will want their child to want to die. They want their children to go to school and have a future. I show all the young people looking at me today want to be like me, want a success story too. So because they all want this, then we'll have one common thing. So my own thought is that we can do that all across villages and slums. We shouldn't write them off.
And it is for all of these reasons that Dr. Mosaka Fala is our healthcare worker of the year. Let's now invite Mrs. Miata Bayan to the stage along with our 3 honorees. Marian Suba, Dr. Julia Tumigabo, and Dr. Musok Fala to get the honors they so rightly deserve. We welcome to the stage Marian Suba. Next, we welcome Dr. Julia Tumigabo of the National AIDS Control Program. And Dr. Mosoko Fala. We now go to our Teacher of the Year award.
We trained 830 teachers during the 5 course of training.
Theophilus Franku is a teacher's teacher.
I was one of those that were training those teachers.
And he has a message for his fellow educators.
As teachers and principals, if we focus, we make our nation a bigger nation. We make our children to feel proud of us. We make our people to know that Liberia can do the best they can do for the nation.
Dr. Levi Zanga is currently President and CEO of the Grand Bassa Community College, a job to which he brings tremendous experience.
I have taught at the University of Southern California, California State, University at Northridge before going to the University of Liberia, where I taught for about 5 years before becoming Minister of Education.
And so why has he devoted more than 20 years of his life to education?
I think education is the key to empowerment, but on a broader scale, it's the key to development, especially in countries like Liberia and Africa in general.
For about 15 years, throughout the Liberian Civil War, Romeo Weah taught in the public school of Bolobo in Maryland County without being paid, and was put on the Ministry of Education payroll only in 2005. He said he did this for a very simple reason.
I found it very much encouraging and very much good to teach others so that people can be able to come out in life. And this is my philosophy, what I believe.
So those are nominees for Teacher of the Year Award. There were two of our three finalists that we could not interview in person. Dr. Zanga is in the United States. Romeo Weah is in Maryland. It was difficult getting him here or getting there. So, who gets the award for Teacher of the Year? Well, let's invite the Deputy Minister of Education, Tingba, to tell us.
The award for Teacher of the Year goes to Theophilus Franco.
There is something special happening at Manitown Public School in Grand Bassa County. Thank you. Enrollment is way up. Teachers are trained and motivated.
Let's go.
There is an active PTA and an engaged local community.
We parents will want to see this school to a full-fledged high school.
And students are literally acing national standardized exams.
Who can tell me the representative of Grand Bassa, Buchanan District?
Gabriel Buchanan Smith.
Many reasons account for the school's success. But the person chiefly responsible for all of this is Theophilus Franco, principal of Manitown Public School.
When I was signed in 2011, I met 180 students. I told my parents, look, and I hear a low number of students. So I asked them, what can we do? Parents suggested that we should do house-to-house mapping, going from house to house. I said parents to send the children to school because before then parents don't want to send the children to school. 2014-2015 school year, the student went up to almost 900.
But there was one problem. The school had no space to accommodate the increased number of students. To solve the problem, the principal again went to the PTA and the local community.
I asked the parent, what can we do? He said, look, the principal, we stand by you. Whatever we want us to do, we'll do it. And they did a contribution. We started first honors. The children enter. 2015-2016, the number buzzed up. We saw 900 plus in the morning and 600 plus in the afternoon. So we said, no, we have to be another honors. We called PTA meeting. They were all decided. And we agreed, based upon that, we were able to be another honors, the second honors, and we've seen it.
Now, the emphasis was on preparing and motivating teachers.
On the academic level, we found out that if you have infrastructure and you don't have the best of the knowledge or the brain, definitely it's nothing. So without working on the children, working on the teachers, having workshop and telling them what to do, how to teach the children to be prepared.
The community also pitched in, raising funds to supplement teachers' monthly salaries.
The government can do all. We as a community should also help.
The efforts paid off big time. The school's performance on standardized exams saw steady and remarkable improvement.
Because of our way of teaching the children, the first year we went 75% in West African examination result. Last year we went 100% pass. Students, 106 students that took the exam and 100% pass. Today we are proud of students.
But there is still work to be done. The school now goes up only to the 10th grade, and the plan is to take it up to the 12th grade, make it a full-fledged, fully equipped high school.
Our vision is to have an equipped sound lab, laboratory, equipped library, and also more qualified teachers.
Theophilus Frankie, principal of Panitan Public School, our teacher of the year. Let's invite the Deputy Minister of Education to the stage, Mr. Frankie, to present him the honor he so rightly deserves. So you just heard us say in that piece of video that the students at Panitan, are acing the national exams. We want to present to you a lady who I think will soon be acing her exams.
Liberia be the first in development. Liberia, you are probably the first in many things. Some of your firsts are of recent vintage. You produced the first female president of the United Nations General Assembly. And yes, you gave the world Africa's first female president. And for goodness sake, you gave birth to Africa's first and only FIFA Footballer of the Year. There are other firsts that have defined you through the ages. Africa's first independent republic, midwife of an entire continent's liberation, home of the father of Pan-Africanism, among the first signatories of the charters of key global institutions, the League of Nations, the United Nations, the Organization of African Unity founded in your own son equally. Liberia, this is your proud heritage, your great legacy, the special cloth from which you are cut, the sturdy rock from which you are hewn. Your history now beckons of you nothing less. Be the first in development. You have all it takes. Your mountains are storehouses of bountiful resources. Your forests are reserves of vast riches. The Atlantic, full with nature's bounties, washes your shores. Your rivers and streams offer up countless treasures. The rain endlessly nourishes your soil. The sun shines warm and strong on your face. Your people are resilient and gifted. Seize the moment. Use what the good Lord has given you. Work hard and smart. Lift yourself above the rest. Your proud history now demands of you nothing less. Liberia be the first in development.
And so, Immaculate Albertine Morgan is in the house with us. Come up front.
Thank you to all of you.
We'll go to our third award for the night, and that's our Farmer of the Year award. Let's see who our top 3 nominees were and why they were chosen.
We've been able to plant more than 3,000 pepper trees with our potato green.
Esther Lincoln grows many things on her 11-acre farm in Browville outside Monrovia: tomatoes, collard greens, even oil palm. She raises chickens, pigs,
Here we produce our own feed for our pigs.
creating jobs for folks in the area.
We have 6 people who are full-time, and then we bring in higher hands to help us to push things.
She does all of this while holding down another job.
I'm a nurse, midwife, but I still have that passion for agriculture.
I am the founder and CEO of the Agriculture Infrastructure Investment Company based in Kwaluboni District, Lofa County, Republic of Liberia.
Kamara and his company are key players in the rice sector.
Today, we have over 50 acres of land that we are cultivating yearly. We produce 200 metric tons of barley every year.
And that may explain why his colleagues have made him a major leader in the rice sector.
Because of my work, my colleagues have appointed me as the chairman of the National Rice Federation of Liberia.
Agricultural Development Corporation started their farming in 2011.
John Selma said he began his rice farming business on a small-scale basis.
I started something with 2-3 hectares. It was something like about 12 tons I make that year. That 12 tons, I sold it.
Once he saw how profitable it was, he expanded his business, farming more hectares.
And last year, we cultivated 450 hectares farming.
He said he also began purchasing rice from local farmers as an aggregator in Lofa County.
Personally, Summer Agricultural Development Corporation is working with over 860 farmers now. Like last year, we purchased about 15,000 50 kg bag of rice.
He is now looking to grow even bigger by establishing a rice processing mill.
We're having a dream to establish an industry or mill that will be able to make a long grain and parboiled rice. That's the dream we're trying with. That's the dream that we had for this 2017.
So those are our 3 nominees for Farmer of the Year. So who gets the award? Let us join the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Zena, to tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the award for Farmer of the Year goes to Mohamed Kamara.
Mohamed Kamara and his Liberia Agriculture Infrastructure and Investment Company began operating in the Kwadu Boni area of Lofa County in 2010.
When we first started, we started with seed multiplication.
A couple of major institutional buyers soon became their customers.
Because of the variety we're producing, the Central Agricultural Institute started purchasing some of that seeds from us. And also, food and agriculture organizations also buy some of the seeds from us.
In 2012, they changed their business model, shifting from rice seed multiplication to paddy production.
Because of our work, the World Food Program visited our project site and they saw the tons of rice and they asked us to join, help feed the Liberian students. Because of that, we moved into paddy, huge quantities of paddy productions. Today, we have over 50 acres of land that we are cultivating yearly. We produce 200 metric tons of paddy every year.
They also process and sell rice purchased from local producers.
In our database, we have purchased from 3,000 smallholder farmers. We have been providing that linkage to farmers to market. And they are being encouraged to produce more pallet for business because we have created market for them. From there, we see now ourselves as not just farmer, but a trader and aggregator.
Additionally, they provide what amount to agriculture extension services, helping rice farmers to diversify their crop production.
We also give them some improved variety of seeds and other inputs such as fertilizers, cutlasses, and what have you. They produce cocoa, coffee, maize, cowpea, cassava.
This establishes for them a unique relationship with the farmers.
In exchange of all of our efforts in the communities and in the counties, farmers, we buy paddies right from the farmers, and also they also credit us some of our paddy rice. In other words, when we process and sell, we pay them their money. That kind of relationship we have built over the years. They have caused the entire process to become a win-win situation. We are aggregator and trader improving the rice value chain of Liberia.
And his final word:
agriculture is the only way for Liberia. Agriculture is the only way we can feed ourselves. And then if all of us as Liberians think in that direction, we can minimize the importations of rice in our country.
Mohammed Kamara of the Liberia Agriculture, Infrastructure and Investment Company, our Farmer of the Year. So let us invite the Minister of Agriculture, Dr. Moses Zina, to the stage, along with our honorees to get the honor they so rightly deserve. Esther Lincoln, John G. Selma, and Mohammed V. Kamara. Our next award category is Entrepreneur of the Year. Let's see our top 3 nominees and why they were chosen.
I am the CEO and one of the founders of Fabra Liberian Incorporated. Fabra is a rice processing company. So what we do is we purchase rice from local farmers in Liberia. We process that rice, package the rice, and sell it on the local market here in Liberia, as well as we're now looking to expand into export ventures. We take on a lot of the roles along the value chain in terms of sourcing the rice, transporting it, preparing it into a finished product, and making that product available for customers in Liberia and internationally. We can do about 3,050 kg bags of rice a month.
Well, I've disbursed a revolving amount of 18 million Liberian dollars, and to date, my current portfolio is placed at 5.4 million Liberian dollars. Outstanding loan balance. That is, women still owe me a lot of collateral. They don't have it. If they have collateral, why would they be considered underserved women? Based on the training and trusting that the trainings we've given them will build their integrity.
I'm the founder of J Palm Liberia. We are an oil palm processing business, and the way we like to think of ourselves is we are transforming waste into wealth, because we focus mostly on palm kernels, and in Liberia, for the most part, people in the past used to see palm kernels as waste product, and so now we take these palm kernels, buy them from smallholders, and then we use them to create a range of products. So I mean, most people have probably heard of our flagship product, Kernel Fresh, which is organic moisturizer for skin and hair. We're working on soaps, and we're also working on some biomass projects, because the palm kernel shells actually have very significant biomass potential. So we
I know Edwina is here. Please stand. I know I saw Mahmoud Johnson in the house. Mahmoud? I think Fabio is busy about his firm out in Kakata, his milling house in Kakata, milling rice. We don't have him yet. See now who gets the Entrepreneur of the Year award. And let's call on the Deputy Minister of Commerce, Franz Sawyer, to tell us.
The award for Entrepreneur of the Year goes to Edwina.
She has come a long, long way from being a teenage single mother.
The year of my 19th birthday is when I had a child, and I was even put out of school.
She would go on to earn an MBA, work with the Goldman Sachs program to empower women.
I kind of like headed that program.
Then head the Small and Medium Enterprises Division of the Liberian Ministry of Commerce and Industry.
That job was really the one that exposed me to the Liberian business environment much more than even the Goldman Sachs jobs.
With that experience under her belt, she set her sights on launching her own business venture, Business Link.
And the reason I gave it the name Business Link is because I felt like it should be the link of small businesses either to the banking sector, it should be the link to the business registry, to the tax agent. I mean, whatever link there is that they themselves cannot breach.
Found a ready customer base in women running very, very small businesses.
When we started Business Link, it wasn't about women. But when you go to the market, the typical bitter seller, the pepper color seller, the street vendors, several of them are women.
However, generating revenues from her targeted clients of small business women was initially tough, but a few key consultancies helped her bottom line.
Because we didn't have much money, we started taking on to bigger consultancies like tax incentive processing for bigger firms. Like we were able to serve River Breweries, Liberia Coca-Cola Bottling Company.
She plowed the proceeds from her consultancy business into microloans for women. But then Ebola struck.
I invested like $12,000. But believe me, after Ebola crisis, I lost it all.
Once again, she looked to her consultancy business for help.
And so my consultancy now after Ebola was what helped to pick it up again.
By July 2015, she was back to giving microloans to women, most of them selling very small items in the local markets.
We've been able since July of 2015 to disburse up to 18.5 million Liberian dollars, which sums to about 180,000. You're paying back at 3.5% on a monthly basis as interest.
All of the 780 women that have received microloans from Business Link get basic training in how to run a business and manage their money.
Business money and family money, eh, so? Yeah. Let somebody tell me what you call business money.
Business money is money that are given to you to manage it.
That training has produced the desired results.
So our payback rate is really good.
Come to pay?
Yeah. We've not written off any of our loans.
For virtually all of its customers who otherwise would have no access to financing, Business Link's microloans have been a game changer.
I started Business Link when one of my friends told me about it. My table was small like this. Later on I went, I told my husband concerning for the Business Link. He went, he faced big table for me from this level to this. Business Link making I extend my business.
After the training, they gave me 20,000 Liberian dollars. And now I've been selling all some value. I stand on my own, I can go purchase my fish, I can sell on my own. So Business Link is a help to me a lot. And to some of my friends that have been carrying that too.
I came into Business Link for me to get money, I have to do my business. And go there, they give me the money, they show me how to take care of my business, how to keep money, how to manage for the business.
Thanks to Edwina Dolacier Vacuum, founder and chief executive officer of Business Link, who's been empowering these women, turning them into entrepreneurs, enabling them to take charge of their own lives. And, by the way, the daughter she had as a teenager is now a college graduate and a young professional, prepared to walk in her mother's footsteps.
I'm definitely taking all the notes that I can and learning everything I can every step of the way from her so that I can get into that someday.
All the more reason why Edwina Ndolasie Vacuum, an entrepreneur's entrepreneur, is our entrepreneur of the year. Let's now invite the Deputy Minister of Commerce, together with the honorees, to the stage so they can get the honors they so rightly deserve. We'll start with Mahmoud. And so we go to our last award, well, penultimate now, because we have our Hero of the Year award, and this is our Civil Society Organization of the Year award. Let's see who were our top 3 nominees.
I am Nyama Bizau. I'm the president of Bosch Bosch. Bosch Bosch started in 2012 as a girls' club.
Shortly after founding Bosch Bosch, Yama, with the help of a Peace Corps volunteer, came up with a simple but innovative approach to making money to support the organization's activities.
We used to go from tailor shop to tailor shop asking for lapa scraps to make purses. After we made the first purses, and we saw that there was the need for us to make, and we had a market, so we employed women to make these bags. After we sell these bags, the proceeds of these bags go to girls' education. And the women who sold these bags also go to school in the afternoon. We also send their children to school.
The Accountability Lab Liberia catalyzes a new generation of active citizens and responsible leaders in Liberia.
He says conscientizing the public about properly exercising the right to vote is one of the socially responsible causes that Accountability Lab supports.
Really kind of consciousness that do not vote for money, vote for someone ability, vote for someone you think that they have the means, they have the passion, that the change that you really want to see, that you can see through them.
Harold Edu and his colleagues at the Institute for Research and Democratic Development promote democracy and governance by, among other things, educating the public about the performance of their legislators, chiefly by using a tool they call the Legislative Report Card, an online tool.
Click on attendance, we have participation, we have initiative. So you come to, let's say, 2014. This is the average score of this is the total. So in terms of his present times for 2014, you can see that he did extremely well. But then if you come to his absent in 2014, you can see that the graphs here tells you, you can compare the graphs and you know whether he's working on that.
I know we also have in the house today Lawrence Yelu from Accountability Lab. And I know for sure we have in the house today Yamazau, founder and CEO of Bosch Bosch. So, who gets the award for Civil Society Organization of the Year? Well, let's invite the former librarian. I know we have in the house today Haro Edu from the Institute for Research and Democratic Development. work in different ways to promote accountability and responsibility in Liberia.
Good morning and a pleasant welcome to Accountability on Us on OKFM 99.5.
She, through a radio program.
And on this show, we talk to people we believe have morals in our society.
And by our intervention, we are able to educate people on their rights. We are able to make people to understand that conflict can be resolved.
They, by helping to peacefully resolve community disputes.
We solve has to do with issues of debt, domestic violence, conflict about land.
You must know who to vote for. Screen on your candidate before you choose your leader.
They, by using their musical talents to promote voters' education and to fight corruption.
Say corruption, it can start right from the home. Step by step, it gets mature when you're grown. Corruption, it can be minimized, provided if the parents and the child don't compromise.
Corruption killing all will not satisfy. Make my heart burn slow until I testify.
All get crucial support from one source. Accountability Lab, Liberia.
Through fundings for the Accountability Lab, we're able to forge ahead with this kind of conscious music.
Well, this program is brought to you by Accountability Lab, Liberia.
The Accountability Lab has been partnering with the Citizens Bureau from the onset of our community justice initiative, starting from West Point to that of Lokita.
Accountability Lab Liberia's biggest achievement over the years has been we have been able to build a team of individuals and give them the knowledge of how to promote the issue of accountability through media, through music.
I must admit, I got different intention. Only picking on cause I was off on a mission. I don't know what's his intention. You better come me straight and say, different intention, different intention, invitation, what's his intention? His intention, better come me straight and say. Accountability Lab, changing minds. Hip Code Network, amazing young Peaches, J Glow, Young Hoover.
Through art, through filmmaking, through mediation, and that now they are also being able to tell stories of accountability in a different way that people are beginning to understand that the change that you need starts with you.
And it is for all of these reasons that Accountability Lab Liberia is our civil society organization of the year. So let's invite Dr. Syed to stand, and Yamazawu from Bush Bush, Haro Edu from the Institute for Research and Democratic Development, and Lawrence Yelu from Accountability Lab to get their honors they so rightly deserve. Yamazawu, the founder and CEO of Bush Bush. Haro Edu for the Institute for Research and Democratic Development, and Lawrence Yelu from Accountability Lab, Liberia. It's just proper that we pause and give all of our nominees, all 15 of them, a big round of applause. One of these 5 recipients of the award of the year tonight will be our development hero, and you're going to make that decision.
The 5 options are from the 5 awardees that you just saw today, and that's how you'll be picking the Development Award Hero of the Year. And you actually will see your votes coming live on the screen. We're going to be showing them to you. Thank you. We look forward to seeing who the Development Hero of the Year is going to be.
Okay, thank you, Maud. And let's vote. You can see how the voting is going now. We're going to tease you now, and then we're going to put it up there and take it away so you're not fixated on it. Let us see Libby. Let's buy Libby. My pleasure to invite to the stage the Deputy Chief of Mission at the United States Embassy in Monrovia, Mr. Sam Watson, to introduce the presenter of the Development Hero Award, DCM Watson.
Good evening, and thank you. I just want to express appreciation to everyone who's been here tonight, especially the award winners, and of course to the organizers. Now I'd like to introduce a man who has been described as a diplomat's diplomat, the Minister of State, the Honorable Sylvester Grigsby.
Who is also a public health professional teaching at the University of Urbana-Champaign in Illinois, has told me so much about you. And I every time she asks me, do you know Dr. Osoka, Dr. Jal? I say, but there's only one person I know about this whole Ebola situation. And I mean, you're not only bigger than life, but you fit yourself out.
Sometimes I feel what I already deserve this because I'm a face of many other nameless persons. I can say this every day. There are so many good people in this country. When Ebola started, and we walked from community to communities, we saw a lot of people make sacrifices. Many of them are sitting here today. One of them will say to me, you will not sleep if I don't sleep. She knows herself. And she ensured that I never slept until we resolve a case. Someone here from West Point, from the Ministry of Health, even as our trading Jugo were called from CDC and said there were a lot of interesting people who came and worked. It just have to be that someone has to get the honor. But what I received today is for that ambulance driver who got infected. It's for that ETU worker. It's for the so many parents who went through so many things. It's for that nurse who said to me, when I went to work in the ETU, all my friends did not want, this is the honor for them. It's the honor for the resilience of the Liberian people. I can never trade the honor of throwing down my degree and being in the slum because I see in the faces of these people that they want to be here. That's the greatest honor I have had so many honors, but the greatest has always been whenever I get stopped in the street and someone said, thank you for saving us. It's one in the morning. So today is a representation for all of you listening to me that have worked so hard for this dear country. And like that young girl said, we have so many good things in this country. This is an example. And as a working community, there are so many good people. Thank you for this program. It's just an example that we can put so many good people in this country. It's an honor on behalf of all these people. I'm humbled by your honor tonight. Thank you very much.
About a year and a half ago, we all gathered in a room at the Embassy in Monrovia to watch the USAID mission director being sworn in. And it was a live feed from Washington. And we listened to the then acting administrator of USAID, Eric Postel, tell us, Liberia, in sending you Tony Chan, we're sending you one of our best. And he hasn't disappointed us. Tony has brought rigor to our work. He's quickened our pace. He's put urgency in our steps. And his constant refrain is we've got to keep moving and we've got to help the people here. And in the process, he's taught us that you can reach beyond the ordinary and strive for the extraordinary. Yeah, we're human, we can never be perfect, but by working just a tad harder, we can reach a reasonable approximation of perfection. And so it's my distinct pleasure and honor to welcome to the stage USAID Mission Director, Dr. Anthony S. Chan.
It's my distinct pleasure to sort of bring this program to a close. I am sure of one thing. I'm sure you're going to agree that there's a lot of tremendous things that are happening in Liberia, and we have been very proud to be a part of a process of recognizing that good work. As in any enterprise like this, we weren't really sure how things were going to turn out. So I want to thank you guys for showing up and helping us make it a grand success.
Thank you, everybody.